Okay, so hi guys, welcome to Implement Identity and Access Management Introduction. Welcome to the Implement Identity and Access Management Practice Lab. In this module, you will be provided with the instructions and devices needed to develop your hands-on skills. So, learning outcomes. In this module, you will complete the following exercise. Exercise 1, provisioning user accounts on a Microsoft server. And exercise 2, provisioning user accounts on a Linux server. After completing this module, you should be able to 1. Create a domain user account using Active Directory users and computers. Create a user using Windows PowerShell. Create a account on a Linux server using the terminal window. And lastly, create a user account on a Linux server using the GUI. So exam objectives. The following objectives are covered in this module. Given a scenario, implement and maintain identity. Excuse me. And access management. Provisioning or deprovisioning user accounts and permission assignments and applications. Lab duration. It will take approximately 1 hour to complete this lab. So click next. Lab topology. During your session, you will have access to the following lab configuration. So depending on the exercise, you may or may not use all of the devices, but they are shown here in the layout to get an overall understanding of the topology of the lab. So there are a total of 5 ACIDC01, ACID M01, ACI Win11, ACI Alma, and ACI Kali. So click next. Exercise 1. Provisioning account or user accounts on a Microsoft server. A cybersecurity specialist needs to monitor the user account that are created to ensure that users do not have unnecessary privileges assigned to their account, also known as least privilege as possible. In this exercise, a domain user account will be provisioned and specific privilege will be assigned to it. So learning outcomes, there are two. After completing this exercise, you should be able to create a domain user account using Active Directory users and computers. And lastly, create a user using Windows PowerShell. So your device, you will be using the following devices on this lab. Please power this on now. ACIDC01 and ACIDM01. Task 1. Create a domain user account using Active Directory user and computers. So in this task, a domain user will be created on a Microsoft server. So in the server manager, click tools and select directory users and computers. Tools, directory, active directory, users and computers. So step 2, right click ACIP, or I'm sorry. Oh, oh. Okay, so right click ACIP lab.com and select new organizational unit. So step 3, enter the following in the name field. So system administrators. Click OK. So step 4, right click system administrators and select new and click group. So step 5, enter the following in the group name field. System administrators. Okay. Step 6, the system administrator, right click and select user. New user. Step 7, complete the following. So first name, Subi, and last name, ACI, then name, user logon name, Subi ACI. Click next. So password, and password, confirm. Click next. Note: the newly created user was assigned a weak password. Once the user logs in with the new account, the user will be prompted to change the password, which will then conform to the password complexity and length policies as stipulated by the cybersecurity specialist. Click Finished on the new object user pop-up window. Note: the newly created user has not been assigned any permissions and will not be able to access any resources on the network. So right-click the System Administrator group and select Properties. So step 11, select the Members tab. Nope, mali. Click Add. Then step 13, on the Select Users, Contacts, Computers, Service Account or Groups pop-up window, enter the following in the enter the object name and to select pane. So this will be ACI. Checkmate. So step 14, click OK. Step 15, click the member of tab on the System Administrator Properties pop-up window. Step 16, on the Members of tab, click Add. Then step 17, enter the object names to select field. Administrators. Then check names. Then select OK. Then 19, click OK on the System Administrator's Properties windows. So note, the user Subi ACI was added to the security group, which was assigned the administrator's privileges. It is best practice to add users to a security group instead of assigning individual permission to a user. So close the Active Directory Users and Computers window. So task 2, create a PowerShell using Windows PowerShell. In this task, a user will be created using Windows PowerShell. You will then assign the user to a security group. So connect to ACI DC01, then right-click in the window PowerShell admin. Lah, ang haba. So in administrator window, PowerShell window, type the following. then press enter, then password. So step 3, type the following, then hit enter. Note: Windows PowerShell can be used to create users in Active Directory and minimizes the administrative effort for a cybersecurity specialist. So step 4, the Server Manager window from the restore the Server Manager window from the taskbar. Step 5, select Tools and click Active Directory Users and Computers. Step 6, right-click System Administrator's Security Group and select Properties. Note: the user that was created using the window PowerShell is in the correct organization unit. So step 7, select the Members tab. Then step 8, the user that was created using window PowerShell was successfully added to the System Administrator Security Group. It is best practice to disable the default administrator account and create a different account to prevent brute force attack. Click Cancel on the System Administrator window. Close the Active Directory user and computers in the window PowerShell. So next. So exercise 2, provisioning user accounts on the Linux server. A cybersecurity specialist needs to monitor the user account that are created to ensure that all users do not have unnecessary privileges assigned to their account, also known as least privilege possible. In this exercise, the Linux user account will be provisioned and a specific privilege will be assigned to it. So learning outcomes. After completing this exercise, you should be able to create a user account on the Linux server using the terminal window. Create a user account on the Linux server using the GUI. So your device, you will be using two following devices in this lab. Please power this on, which is the ACI DC01 and the ACI Alma. So task 1. Create user account on the Linux server using the terminal window. In this task, a user account will be created on a Linux server and a specific privilege will be assigned to the account. So connect to ACI Alma. So while it was connecting, hello guys. So if this happened, look for the tab here and then click reboot. So it will be refreshed. So it will be rebooted. So yeah, so see, after you have rebooted the device, which is the ACI Pelma, so it should be working now. So select terminal. So in the terminal window, enter the following. So sudo user add Then hit enter to the password, enter. Note, executing the command will create a new users on the Linux device. So in the terminal window, type the following. So sudo passwd, then louiseci. So click enter. So password again, enter. So note, the command execute will set a new password for the user. Note that a warning is displayed warning that the password is not secure. In a production environment, a secure password will be used. So in the terminal window, type the following. Sudo, wait, so step 4, sudo user mod dash ag will space louiseci. So hit enter. So note, if prompted, enter the password and press enter. Adding the user to the wheel group on the Alma Linux will enable the user to execute commands as a root user. The root account can be disabled to prevent brute force attack on it. So in the terminal window, enter the following. So SULOUISECI, then password, enter. So note, executing the command will switch to a newly created password. The terminal window, enter the following. Who am I? So step 7, in the terminal window, enter the following. So sudo dnf upgrade -y. So password, so it will going to show. Note, the newly created user account was able to execute commands with elevated privileges. The upgrade process will take a few minutes to complete. So again, Close terminal. So step 2, create a user account on the Linux server using the GUI. In this task, a user account will be created using the graphical user interface on a Linux server. Step 1, connect to ACI Alma, then select or click activities, then select or step 2, in the type here search bar, type the following. Users. Step 3. So click unlock in the user window. First step. Unlock. So enter the following in the authentication required pop-up window. Password. Then authenticate. Step 5. Click add user in the top right corner on the user window. So add user. Step 6. On the add user pop-up window, select administrator in the account tab. Then complete the following fields on the add user pop-up window. Full name, Subi, no, Subi ACI. Then step 7, select a set a password now, radio button, enter the following in the password and confirm fields. Oh no, sorry, it's practice. So then click add. Step 8, in that click the activities in the top left corner. So where's that? Select terminal in the activities window. So terminal. So step 10, in the terminal window, enter the following. SU Subi ACI. Then hit enter. So when prompted, enter the following password. Enter. Note, the newly created user through the GUI has successfully logged into the Linux device. So close all the open windows, close, close, close. So keep all devices that you have powered on in their current state and proceed to the review section. So review. Well done. You have completed the implement identity and access management. Summary. You completed the following exercise. Exercise 1, provisioning user accounts on a Microsoft server. Exercise 2, provisioning user accounts on the Linux server. You should now be able to create a domain user account using Active Directory users and computers. Create a user using Windows PowerShell. Create a user account on a Linux server using the terminal window. And lastly, create a user account on the Linux server using the GUI. Your feedback is important to us. Please rate the following items, 1 being the lowest and 5 being the best or highest. So send me feedback. Shut down or virtual machines using the labs. Alternately, you can log out on the lab platform. So done. Dun 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 dun.